and I felt love for the first time. Breathe life into these weary lungs and take me back, Lord, take me back. Take me back, oh, take me back to day one. To day one.
Wow, that was a beautiful song. Absolutely beautiful. Your voice has not changed over the years. It's just gotten better, like wine.
Oh,
just keeps getting better.
Thank you.
And so
Appreciate
this
that.
album is all about your relationship with God, your
Exactly.
religious background,
Yes.
and it's testimony.
Yes.
So
It's
you decided to
testimony.
call the album Testimony?
Because it is my testimony. My testimony of the goodness of God, the mercy, the grace, the love, the availability of God, the peace, the joy that comes from a relationship with Him through Christ. And yeah, it's my testimony.
Looking back, can you believe it's been 40 years? I mean, since you released I
You
Will
know,
Survive?
I don't know how that's possible when I'm only 39.
That's
you know, I'm
true.
just
I
like,
mean, how'd that
is
happen?
I don't know.
Somebody's wrong math. I don't know what's going on here. We've got Gloria Gaynor in our studios. Testimony's the new album. All right, let's listen to a brand new song from the album Testimony. Gloria Gaynor talking about Jesus.
Well, I hear them talking about the same old things. Talking about money, honey, status, power, and fame. But I'm here to tell you about that name. And if you haven't heard it yet, then your whole world about to change. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about freedom. Talking about the one you can depend on when you need them. I'm talking about mercy, grace and forgiveness. Talking about good God Almighty, you need to hear this. I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about Jesus. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about Jesus. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm talking about Jesus. Oh, I won't stop. You can't do it alone. And if you think that your life is hopeless, well, you're plain dead wrong. 'Cause I know somebody who came to save your life. And without his hand leading every step of the way, ooh, you won't survive. I'm talking about love, talking about freedom. I'm talking about the one you can depend on when you need them. I'm talking about mercy, grace and forgiveness. Talking about good God Almighty, you need to hear this. So what do you think? You got to be a victim of the nightlife, kicking it with the Joneses, selling life without Christ? You ain't got to go there now, you got to see. You should set the standard together with me, making it good, making it right. Gonna set your own sight, keep your foundation, great and be the height. Come on, baby, don't go with the flow. Your maker should be your leader, now act like you know. J-E-S-U-S. Yeah, talking about Jesus, my Lord, talking about my Jesus, talking about my Lord, talking about Jesus, talking about the one you can depend on when you need him. I'm talking about mercy, grace and forgiveness. Talking about good God Almighty, you need to hear this. Talking about my Jesus, talking about my Jesus, my Lord. Talking about the one who saved my soul from sin, one who cleaned me up with it. Jesus, talking about my Lord. Talking about the one who turned my life around, set my feet on higher ground. Now Jesus, talking about my Lord. Talking about Jesus, talking about Jesus.
That's Talking About Jesus. It's the new song from Gloria Gaynor's Testimony album, and Gloria Gaynor's with us today. And so you say that the album is not a sad album. It certainly is bluesy. It's got different vibes, different feelings. Certainly won, a Grammy nomination, so that's exciting. That last song is nominated for a Grammy.
Yes.
But the album's not sad.
No, the album isn't sad. The album is, as I said earlier, about the love, the mercy, the grace of God, and that's available to everyone in their lives. The joy that comes with being in a relationship with God through Christ. And so, no, it isn't sad at all. It's very. I pray that it's very uplifting and inspiring, and encouraging.
You give hope to so many people, and you are an inspiration.
Thank you.
And your song resonates, and all your music resonates. So thank you, Gloria Gaynor, for being on the show.
Thank you. It's been my great pleasure.
I would love to have you back again the next time you're in Washington, D.C.
I'll look forward to it.
Do you have a website where people can go and check you out?
GloriaGaynor.com.
Are you touring internationally? I know you've done
I
a
am
lot
touring internationally. Yes, I am. And go visit GloriaGaynor.com. Lots of fun things there to pick up, and great Christmas presents. I hadn't thought about that. Great Christmas presents.
Stocking stuffers.
Yes,
yeah. Testimonies, the CD. Thank you.
Yes.
Gloria, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Gloria Gaynor's our guest. Testimonies, the name of the new album. And happy holidays. This is Border Crossings. I'm Larry London.
Dwight Eisenhower was a five-star general and hero of World War II. He commanded Allied forces in Western Europe and led the operation known as D-Day. He easily won the U.S. presidential election in 1952 and was re-elected in 1956. He is linked to that period's economic growth, as well as the growth of America's highways. On the world stage, Eisenhower said he most wanted to wage peace. He ended the conflict in Korea and worked hard to keep good relations with the Soviet Union. But U.S. defense spending rose sharply during his years in office. In his final speech as president, Eisenhower himself warned of the military-industrial complex.
This is Everyday Grammar. I'm Kaveh.
And I'm Lucia. I wrote a poem, and I need your opinion on it. There is a woman whose husband is a football player. There is a man whose wife is a teacher. There is a woman who's a mayor. There is a man who's a preacher. That's what I've got so far.
Not bad. I like your play on whose and whose.
Thank you.
Whose is used to show possession, or who owns or has something, and acts as an adjective. It always comes before a noun, like whose umbrella or whose house.
There are three uses of whose. The first is in questions. A common structure is whose plus noun plus the verb to be plus this, that, or these.
Whose shoes are these?
The second use of whose is to introduce relative clauses that show possession by people, animals, or things.
Ms. Smith teaches a class for students whose native language is not English.
Remember that both whose and the noun are placed at the beginning of the relative clause.
The student whose essay I read writes well.
Just don't confuse whose with who apostrophe s. That's a contraction of who is or who has.
And the third use of whose is in noun clauses, where whose often appears in sentences with the verbs know or wonder.
I know whose dress she borrowed for the dance.
I wonder whose song was chosen for the compilation.
And that's Everyday Grammar.
Welcome to the Voice of America's Newswords.
A project called Bicicletear supports the use of bicycles for fun. Stigma.
In the early 1990s, thousands of bicycles were given to Cubans after the fall of the Soviet Union. It was a time of economic hardship. Now, dozens of cyclists ride 20 kilometers through Havana once a month. The idea is to lose the stigma that bicycles still have with many Cubans.
A stigma is a bad and often unfair belief that a society or a group of people have about something.
It causes a loss of honor or respect for someone or something.
Welcome to English in a Minute. This expression sounds as if we're flying in the sky.
Up in the air.
But does this actually mean we are floating above the ground?
So, your cousin is graduating from high school this year. Has she decided on a college?
She hasn't decided on anything yet. All her college plans are up in the air. She doesn't even know what she wants to study.
She had better get on it.
If something is up in the air, it is undecided and uncertain. If an object is floating through the air, it is hard to know where it is going, which is where this expression comes from. In the past, people just said, in the air. But in the mid-1900s, we added up, making it up in the air. And that's English in a Minute.
예, 저는 지미 김이라고 합니다. 내 이름을 절대로 천천히 부르지 말라고. 빨리 불러라고 그러지. 천천히 한번 해봐요. 지미 김.
지미 김?
그게 욕이요. 전라도 말로. 간다더니 왜 왔소.
이곳은 미국 동부에 위치한 뉴저지의 팰리세이드 파크. 구성진 노랫소리가 들리는데요.
한 번 가면 다시 못 올.
이 동네에서 뭐 유명하죠. 뉴저지에 나오나라고 유명 노래 취입도 하시고 이제 경로단체나 뭐 이런 데 가서 무료 행사도 많이 해주시고 아주 좋은 일 많이 하시는 그런.
일하며 노래하고 노래하며 일하고. 이것이 지미 킴에게는 어려운 미국 생활을 살아가는 방식입니다. 즐거움이기도 하고요. 불러도 불러도 또 좋은 노래. 그렇게 좋을까요?
어릴 적부터 나훈아 씨 이제 노래만 저거 부르고 지금도 내가 나훈아 씨 노래만 그 따라 부르는데 그게 내 창법고 맞아. 다른 사람들은 그 사람 노래가 어렵다고 그러는데 나는 그 사람 노래가 쉬워.
멋진 모자에 선글라스까지. 일하다 말고 어딜 가시나요? 큰 키에 이렇게 차려입고 나서니 멋쟁이가 따로 없습니다.
일단 이 동네를 오게 되면은 영어가 필요 없습니다. 예, 그냥 조선말로 해도 다 알아듣고 영어 모르는 사람은 이 동네 와 살아야 해요.
식당, 태권도장, 거리의 간판들도 다 한글.
집에 갔다 갈 때만 들려야겠어.
만나는 사람들도 모두 한국말로 인사를 나눕니다. 대도시 옆에 있지만 작고 소박한 곳, 한인들이 살기엔 편안한 동네라네요. 뉴욕에서 버스로 40분, 시 전체 인구는 2만 명 남짓, 50% 이상이 한인들로 구성된 뉴저지의 팰리세이드 파크입니다. 지미 킴이 이곳에 정착한 지도 벌써 22년이 지났습니다.
여기는 내 제2의 고향이라고 봐야겠죠. 내가 영어를 못하기 때문에 영어를 못하는 사람으로 말하자면 생각해 봤을 때는 이 동네가 천국이죠, 이게. 예? 영어 못해갖고 스트레스 얼마나 받는데. 근데 영어는 필요 없거든, 사실. 내가 내 방식대로 난 여기서 사는 거예요. 이게 A 뭐 소문자, 대문자 맞으면 그것이고 한국 발음으로만 알아 그 소리요, 이게. 이게 이렇게 했어, 이렇게 했어, 영어를. 일요일 날 만나야겠는데 맞으면 이것도 듀 해브 타임은 썬데이. 그러면 이제 그때마다 내가 수치보다 적은 거예요, 이것을. 봐봐. 커피 드실래요? 우주 날쌘 뭐 커피.
일일이 소리 나는 대로 한글을 적었군요. 그런데 지미 킴, 도대체 뭐 하시는 분인가요?
이 자리에서 18년 했어요. 이 텔레샵을. 내가 여기서 장사만 하는데 1세에 말하면 1세. 한인타운이 시작되면서 한 자리에서 시작을 해가지고 지금까지 이렇게 꾸준하게 그 집에서 이렇게 한 오너가 장사한 집은 몇 집 안 돼요.
혹시 픽업할 때 페이할 수
있어요? 네, 그럼요. 한번 보셔봐, 옆으로.
8평 작은 공간에서 일주일에 6일 하루도 빠지지 않고 18년 동안 이곳을 지켰습니다. 그러다 보니 지미 킴은 이곳 터줏대감입니다.
일로 와. 아, 일로 오란 게?